Hey guys, I'm Pixel Dan, and this is a review of the Batman Classic TV Series Adam West Batman 7-inch action figure from NECA Toys. That's right, NECA has once again sprung an amazing surprise on us. They're releasing a new line of 7-inch scale DC action figures based on some of our favorite actors' likenesses. And the first one we're going to go ahead and take a look at here today is the Adam West Batman. As you can see, he comes in really nice window box packaging. It pretty much fully showcases the action figure within, and it's just a very fun box. You'll notice it's got some great classic TV series Batman graphics on the bottom, as well as on the sides all the way around to the back, where we see some great images of the action figure, along with those famous bonk, pow, bam, kapow blasts right there, and even an image of the 60s Batmobile. The overall package design is really nice and does a great job of capturing the fun of that classic TV series. Alright, so let's go ahead and take a look at our Batman outside of the packaging. So, NECA started this off last year by surprising us with an amazing Michael Keaton Batman based on his appearance in the 1989 Batman film. It was pretty great, and it was basically a scaled-down version of their large-scale Batman action figure. That's pretty much exactly what we've got here with their Adam West Batman. NECA has already released a large-scale figure, so this is kind of a scaled-down version in the 7-inch scale, which is awesome. And the details on here are just absolutely amazing. So let's start by taking a look at the sculpt of this guy. We're going to go ahead and start here at the head. Because I'm just absolutely blown away by the head sculpt here. NECA Toys is really, really great with actor likenesses, and you can see that fantastic Adam West likeness in the face sculpt. Even though he's wearing this cowl that covers most of his face, you can still see a really, really great Adam West likeness in there. And I love the way that that Batman cowl is sitting over his face. You can tell that it's a separate sculpt, and you can kind of see how the eye holes sink in, and you can perfectly see a nicely sculpted face underneath that. It just looks brilliant and really does a fantastic job of looking exactly as this particular Batman cowl appeared in the series. And the detailing is also great on the cowl itself. I mean, you can see the nice stitching detail worked in here. You got the little black ears on the sides of the mask, as well as all the great wrinkles and folds as we come down towards the neck piece. I love the drawn-on eyebrows and everything, exactly like that mask appears. It's just a very, very good sculpt. And it doesn't stop there at the head. The great sculpt goes all the way down the body. Look at the gray bodysuit. You can see textures on here. This is all sculpted detail, and it's got a really great paint deco that gives it sort of this worn appearance, which is just phenomenal. I love this. Of course, we got that smaller bat insignia that's right there in the middle of the chest. The paint is a little off on that, so it's not as clean as I'd like to see it, but overall, I'm loving this. I mean, the sculpt is really great. Got that great bat utility belt with the little fasteners on the bottom, because yes, that is how the 60s Batman utility belt looked. And the plate right there on the belt buckle's got a nice kind of metallic gold paint deco, which is great. The blue paint seen on the gloves and the trunks have a bit of a shine to it that give it kind of that satin blue appearance that that classic costume had. So it's just a really great paint deco that helps to bring out all of those details. And again, all the way down the leggings, you can see the great sculpted textures, and we even have really nice details painted on the boots. So overall, just a really great sculpt. It's awesome seeing a 7-inch scale action figure that just has this amount of detail on it. It's really, really awesome. The cape is also pretty nice. I really like it. It does have that really nice kind of satin shine to it that the blues in his costume had in the show. You'll notice that it is sitting over the neck there, and that is accurate. That is how his cape looked in the series. So that's pretty cool. However, if you wanted to, you can modify this just a little bit. I thought this was kind of fun. Just playing around with it, I was able to kind of pop the head off here. It's just on a ball joint, so it's actually very easy to remove, and you can actually pull up the bottom part of the cowl, and if you wanted to, you could slide the cape underneath that cowl piece, and then you can pop the head back in on top of that. And that does look pretty cool, actually. It's got a really neat look to it. Now, like I said, that's actually not accurate. That's not how it looked in the series, but if you would prefer the cape to be that way to kind of keep it from going up and down on the neck, that is just a possibility for you, and I just wanted to show you that it's something that you can do if you'd rather display them that way. But I'm going to go and switch it back because this is actually the accurate way, and now let's go ahead and take a look at the articulation on this guy. So I already talked about that ball joint right there at the neck, so you can rotate the head left and right, roll it all the way around. You can even get a pretty decent up look on there, and he's also jointed kind of at the base there, so you can just rotate the neck as well. That might just be more of the cowl that moves around underneath it, but still, great range of motion there at the neck. You do have these hinge-like joints at the shoulders, so the arms can go out to the sides. That's about as high up as you're going to get them, but they do move forwards and backwards very nicely as well. You got swivels at the elbow, as well as a standard elbow bend. You also have nice joints at the wrist that allow the hand to rotate all the way around, as well as pivot forwards and backwards. You got this nice joint at the waist, so you can rotate the body left and right, as well as roll it around. It's a really, really nice loose ball joint there. You got the nice ball-like hinge joints at the thighs, so legs can go outwards, forwards, backwards, as well as swivel. Great, nice hidden joints at the knees, which NECA does very well. So you can bend the knee forwards and backwards, as well as swivel it. And then we've got really, really nice ball joints at the ankles there, so you can see the foot can pivot side to side, forwards and backwards, kind of rock and roll all the way around. So you should be able to pull off some pretty decent poses with this guy, which is really, really great. Alright, so Batman here comes with a slew of accessories. First of all, he does come with some interchangeable hands, just has an extra set. He comes out of the box with the fists. So you also have an open left hand and a right hand that is molded to hold on to his Batarang accessory. So before we get to those accessories, let me show you real quick how to swap out the hands. It's very simple. Just get a good grasp on the hand and give it a nice little tug here. You might have to kind of do a little bit of twisting, but it's just on a small peg, so you can see it pulls right out of the sockets. And then you can take the new hand, just kind of pop it right in its place. So very easy to kind of swap those parts out there. And it's really easy to go back and forth between them if you want to. So there we go. We're going to put in both new hands. And there we go. Now our Batman is ready to hold on to some of his accessories. So let's go ahead and check out those accessories. First of all, you can't have a Batman action figure without a Batarang. And again, the details on this are amazing. Not only is it a very accurate sculpt of the Batarang, but it has this really great paint job that gives it sort of this worn look. So it's a blue in color, but it's got this nice kind of silver dry brushing on there that makes it look like the blue is kind of wearing off of the metal of the Batarang. It holds perfectly in that right hand, which is just molded in just a way that he can hold on to that Batarang, and you can get some really great poses of Batman getting ready to throw it. And then his last accessory is the small little bat communicator. Very cool. Again, nice sculpt, decent, clean paint job. And that goes great. And that open hand, he can actually hold onto that communicator pretty well with that. And that way you can pose him with that accessory. So pretty sweet. Another thing that I really like that I find fun is with that cloth cape, you can get some poses of him holding on to that. And while it'll take a little bit of work because the Batarang hand doesn't do the best job of holding onto the cape, it is totally possible to pull off the pose where Batman is holding his cape spread out to the sides, which is awesome. Alright guys, it's comparison time. Since Mattel recently released a line of Batman 60s action figures, I wanted to go ahead and give us a little display here so you can guys see the scale and the style difference between the two figures. And of course, that line also gave us a Batmobile. So just posing this NECA figure alongside the Batmobile, you can see that he is way out of scale with it. He might pose okay next to it, but don't expect to be able to fit him inside the Batmobile. It's a bit too tight of a squeeze for him. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the brand new surprise classic TV series Adam West Batman from NECA Toys. I absolutely love this. And this gives us two really amazing 7-inch scale Batman figures. We can now pose them right alongside that Michael Keaton Batman if you want to. I love it. These are hitting Toys R Us stores right now, and were also sold online through the Warner Brothers eBay store, though I think they sold out there pretty quick. So start checking your Toys R Us stores for these, which are hitting shelves right now. Happy hunting, my friends, and until next time.